Friends, in this video, I am going to discuss the template for curriculum design in learning outcomes based curriculum framework, the types of courses, different courses, the credit requirement for the award of degree, and all those details. In order to understand the following template, please watch my videos in part 1 and part 2 of the same title. Then you can easily understand the template. There is a continuation of knowledge. Earlier, I presented in part 1 and part 2 various explanations. After understanding them, you can easily follow this template. So, this template for all the postgraduate and undergraduate programs in sciences, social sciences, arts, humanities, commerce, and so on. First, you will be writing down the name of the department, then vision statement, as I mentioned, in a single sentence with the understanding which I have already explained in part 2. Then mission statements, 3 to 4 numbers, which mission statements are means to achieve the vision. Then again, qualification descriptors, about 6 numbers. I have already discussed the format and also example in the part 2 of the video. You can mention all those here. Then mapping of qualification descriptors with mission statements. Suppose you have 6 qualification descriptors, 4 mission statements. In some colleges, you may have only 3 mission statements, no issue, right? So write 3 in the box for high level mapping, 2 for medium level mapping, and 1 for low level mapping, and put a dash when there is no mapping. Don't leave it as a blank. Put a dash when there is no mapping. Then program learning outcomes. Again, you can write 12 program learning outcomes. It is good to have 12 program learning outcomes for a 3 or courses at higher level, degree and PG level courses. Then you have program specific outcomes, 2 to 3 you can draft whenever you have some specific courses based on the subject content. Then this is very, very important, sir, this table. Mapping of these 12 program learning outcomes. For example, your program has 3 program specific outcomes, total 15. Suppose your program has 6 qualification descriptors. So here, in every box, you have to mention either 3 or 2 or 1 or dash. 3 again for high level mapping, 2 for medium level mapping, and 1 for low level, and dash for no mapping. Right? This is very, very important, sir. Right. Next, course design. Course code, title of the course, LTP. LTP L means lecture hours, T stands for tutorial hours, P stands for practical hours, bar field work, bar community engagement as applicable, and then credits of that particular course. Then prerequisite course or knowledge for the understanding that particular course. Sometimes you have a level 2 course, level 1 course will be the prerequisite course, For a level 3 course, level 2 course will be the prerequisite course. But what is the prerequisite course for level 1 course? In BSc or BA, their knowledge in plus 2 is the prerequisite knowledge. So 4 or 5 sentences, some basic concepts they must have learned in order to understand this particular course. Right? You can mention that. Don't leave it blank. To understand any course, prerequisite knowledge is very, very important. Then course learning outcomes, 5 to 6 for a 3 or 4 credit course. So I have written here, this is the common stem, and then 6, for example, course learning outcomes. How to formulate the course learning outcomes? Those guidelines I have discussed. Watch my video on YouTube. This is the link I have given here. You will understand thoroughly how to formulate course learning outcomes. Then, this is also very important table, sir. Mapping of course learning outcomes with program learning outcomes and program specific outcomes. This table is also called course articulation matrix. So you have 6, for example, 6 course learning outcomes, 12 PLOs and 3 PSOs. You can make a table here, and suppose a particular CLO1 may be mapping with PLO1, PLO3, PLO4, PLO6, very high level. Put 3 there. CLO1 maps moderately with PLO2, PLO8, PLO10, etc. You put only number 2 there. If very weak mapping, put 1. If there is no mapping at all, put a dash there. Don't leave any box blank. Dash there. Okay. Now, it is not necessary that all the 6 CLOs of a particular course should map with all the PLOs and PSOs. It is not necessary at all. Right? There may be some dashes here. There may be some ones here. But one very important point I must tell you here. When you do this table, complete this table, it is not only course learning outcomes what you have drafted in terms of subject content. It's not only that. You consider your teaching learning strategies and also assessment strategies. Because in course learning outcomes for other than English, you will not write communication skills, right? But in the teaching learning process and assessment, the communication skills are automatically developed among students. Similarly, ethics, self-learning and lifelong learning, all those generic skills are developed among students based on the effective teaching learning strategies, outcome-based teaching learning strategies, and outcome-based assessment strategies. So please look at your teaching learning strategies and assessment strategies and course learning outcomes. All the 3 please look at, and accordingly you fill this box with this table with the 3 or 2 or 1 or dash. It is very important. Mapping is considered to be extremely difficult. When I interact with several faculty across the country, they find it very difficult. But you remember this point. Not only course learning outcomes, teaching learning strategies and assessment strategies all put together, you consider when you fill this particular table. And then detailed syllabus. Number of units may be decided by the school or department or center. It may vary also from one course to the other. There should not be a rigid thing, only 4 units, only 5 units. That is wrong. It may vary. The department can consider a range of units, right? It must be left to the course teacher. And then reference books. So when you give the reference books, At least one copy must be available in your library. Otherwise, there is no meaning of giving those books which are not available, because they are very expensive, some of the reference books. Right? Now, the drafting the syllabus, some salient points I am presenting before you. It must be student-centered syllabus. It means that it should be having great relevance for the needs of the students by the time they graduate. The course learning outcomes and the syllabus must be discussed in the faculty meeting with external experts from academia, industry and other employing organizations and alumni. Then in the board of studies and final approval in the academic council. Dear friends, the current and future trends in the discipline must be taken into consideration while drafting the syllabus. The syllabus must not be heavy in outcome-based education, as active learning strategies ought to be implemented in classroom teaching. It must be reduced in comparison to the traditional lecture method and traditional system of education. So teaching learning strategies in brief, this is also a part of the course design, sir. 4 to 5 sentences. What methodology you are going to use? Inductive method, project method, problem solving method, group discussion method. You have to mention in brief. Students should know. Then you can watch my videos on learning outcomes based active learning strategies part 1 and part 2. The links are given here. Then assessment methods and weightages in brief. 4 to 5 sentences again. Right? For continuous assessment as well as comprehensive assessment. What are the weightages? For assignments, how much weightage? For mid-semester, how much weightage? For minor tests, how much weightage? For end semester examination, how much weightage? It must be mentioned in the course design itself. You can watch my video on that. For every course, the course design has to be prepared by the concerned faculty member who teaches that course. It is possible in autonomous colleges and universities. It is not possible, however, in affiliated colleges. Somebody else designs the curriculum, these teachers teach. Before giving the details of each course design in a given semester, the course structure must be mentioned. The course structure indicates LTP and then credits in the form of a table. For the purpose of calculation of credits, 1 lecture hour is considered as 1 credit. 1 tutorial hour is considered as 1 credit. 2 hours of lab work or field work or workshop practice or community engagement are considered equivalent to 1 credit. All the course designs have to be incorporated into the curriculum, semester-wise, starting from the first semester. Course categories for UG programs as per UGC revised choice-based credit system, for which I have given the reference beneath. The curriculum must consist of core courses, major and minor stream, electives, discipline-specific, multidisciplinary, generic electives also, or open electives you call, ability enhancement compulsory courses, skill enhancement courses, value-added courses, summer internship, research project in case of 4-year honors degree with research for 12 credits. Honors students not undertaking research will do 3 courses for a total of 12 credits instead of research project or dissertation. Then eligibility for the award of a degree, it is undergraduate level I have given. For 4-year undergraduate degree honors, the student must have acquired 160 credits. However, if the student wants to exit after 3 years of study, the minimum credit requirement for the award of the degree is 120 credits. Keeping in view the above requirement, the colleges and universities have to carefully plan distribution of courses and credits across the semesters without overloading the students in any semester. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.